All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever traded, you know that feeling, right? That feeling that you're just one step behind, that the market zigs right when you think it's going to zag. Well, what if that's not just bad luck? What if it's a game? A game with rules you were never told. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on that very game.
This quote from our source material really just hits the nail on the head. It's not about being bad at trading, it's about being blind to the real game that's being played. It's like you showed up for a game of chess, but everyone else is playing poker, and they can see your cards.
And that is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If there is a hidden game, what are the rules? Who's winning? Who's losing? And why? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down right now.
Okay, so to get this, the very first thing you have to understand is that not everybody sees the market in the same way. There's a huge critical difference between how a typical retail trader sees things versus how the big players, the smart money, see it.
See, it all boils down to timing. As a retail trader, you're looking at charts. That's the past. You're looking at the order book, which is what's happening right now. But smart money, they're playing a totally different game. They're looking at the future by analyzing whale positioning. They're tracking where the biggest players are placing their bets. This lets them see the intent before the big move actually happens. They're not reacting, they are anticipating.
So what does this difference in perspective actually look like in the real world? Well, it creates something called the exit liquidity cycle. And honestly, this is the playbook for how your trade gets turned into their profit.
It happens in 4 pretty clear steps, and it starts when things look totally boring. Step 1, a whale is quietly buying up a position while the price is just chopping sideways. Then, step 2, a story forms, maybe some big news drops, and suddenly the price starts to pump. That's the bait. And it leads right to step 3. You see the green candles, you get FOMO, and you jump into what looks like a perfect breakout. And that's the trap. Because step 4 is when the whale exits, selling their entire position right into all of your excited buy orders.
I mean, let's just put ourselves in that moment for a second. The price is going vertical. Everyone on social media is talking about it. You feel that pit in your stomach, that classic fear of missing out. You tell yourself, this is it. This is the one. And you click buy, feeling like a genius who just caught the perfect wave.
And here it is, the gut punch. The entire time you were feeling that confidence, feeling that excitement, you were just the last piece of their puzzle. That trade you felt so good about, that was their exit strategy. You provided the buy orders they needed to cash out right at the top. And you know what? The game is played in reverse too. When the price dumps, it hits all those tight stop losses you set to protect yourself. But for smart money, that wave of automatic selling isn't a problem. It's a fire sale. Your defensive move becomes their perfect entry point.
Look, this isn't just some wild theory. This whole dynamic is a known market phenomenon. It's rooted in a concept called information asymmetry, and the advantage it gives them is, well, you can actually measure it. So what is information asymmetry? Simply put, it just means one side knows a heck of a lot more than the other. In this case, smart money has the tools and data to see what the whales are doing, to see their intent. Meanwhile, most of us are just staring at the same public price chart. It's an uneven playing field from the start. And the data shows just how uneven it is. Think about that moment when you panic sell at the absolute bottom. There's almost always a very sophisticated player on the other side of that trade. And according to our source material, that wallet buying from you has a win rate of around 70%. They are calmly buying your fear because they see the whole picture.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's pretty simple, actually. If your trading strategy is all about reacting to price, chasing those green candles that pop up on a chart, you are already too late. You're not playing the game, you're just the ball.
Okay, so the game is rigged. Now what? Do you just give up? Well, the idea here isn't to try and beat them at their own game. The idea is to change your game entirely. You stop reacting and you start observing. You learn to follow the smart money.
So who are these people we're talking about? A smart money wallet isn't just some random account with a lot of money. We're talking about the proven winners. They're consistently some of the most profitable traders out there. They have high win rates, manage huge accounts, and this is key, they completely ignore all the hype and noise. They just focus on what works.
So, how do you actually follow them? You look for their digital footprints. You look for things like cluster detection. That's when you see a whole bunch of these top wallets all pile into the same coin at the same time. Or sentiment divergence, like when everyone on Twitter is euphoric, but you can see the whales are quietly positioning for a price drop. And the absolute key to all of this is speed. This info is gold, but only if you get it in minutes, not hours later.
Once you understand this dynamic, it really changes everything. It's not about learning a new technical indicator, it's about adopting a completely new way of looking at the market itself.
What we're talking about is a huge shift in strategy. The old way is basically trading against the house, always reacting to what already happened. The new way? You trade with the house. You're observing what the best players are doing right now to get a clue about what's probably going to happen next.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. Maybe winning in the market isn't about having some magic crystal ball that predicts the future. Maybe it's just about having the right tools to see the present more clearly than everyone else.